Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me, Mary, for Time Together with Upcychelly. And today, well, first of all, this is Upsychelly, and our main purpose is to beat boredom and feel better. Um, I have had a couple of people ask me, how do you pronounce Upcychelly? Um, and it is Upcychelly. Well, at least that's how I'm pronouncing Upcychelly. Um, it sounds like upcycling without the engine. So today is We Got This Wednesday. And again, I want to thank you for joining for a time together with Upcycling. I do want to ask you if you are on YouTube to hit the subscribe button. If you are on LinkedIn or on Facebook, please hit the follow button. Really, really appreciate you. So, all right. So today I'd like to go over a couple of my clay pieces of the past, and I'd also like to try to see if I can finish working that clay that we had yesterday. I did add a little bit more powder, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So, I always like to talk about the theme of the day, and of course, today is Wednesday, and it is We Got This Wednesday. And basically, the idea behind that is just that you definitely have, whatever it is that you set your mind up to do, you definitely will, you'll be able to accomplish it. So, right now, I have sitting in front of us just a couple of, clay pieces that I've done in the past. These you've already been seeing the last couple of days. And so, what that is this leaf, at least it's this leaf that I made first round. I did notice that I could use it this way as well. So, if I wanted to do it a little bit without any any decoration on it or anything, I would just paint this side instead of this side. And of course have the flat surface show up. So that's that. I have these that they've already been painted, and you'll see little white flecks on them. That's just a little bit of clay from when I was handling it with dirty hands. You can see that video from Friday. So here is a broken one, and I have pointed this out. This is fine if they're broken. It is not a problem. I actually had some, worried because they had broken a piece that I had was worked previously, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, I know how to make more. But also, a true knows how to work with all broken pieces, broken piece or not. So yeah, that's that. These are the flowers. I think you can get a better. Love the flowers. That's what I painted this color. Then I added a little bit of gold to the edges of the petals. All right, and I did want to show, I love this leaf. This is my favorite leaf. If I could get a lot of them to look like that, I would. And again, I would use the flat side if if I wanted to. I might, or I might use this side. See how that looks? Nope, I'm gonna have to take a look at leaf patterns better before I do the next set. But I would definitely use this side. Looks very nice. I like how it's all curved on the bottom. All right, that's those. And last but not least, love my flower around for a while. I made her back in 21, towards the beginning of the year, like probably around March of 21 or so. I have her pretty much, she's gone through a lot. This is the one that I was talking about yesterday that I had made her very thick. So she is completely made out of clay. Like she is not hollow. So I had, like a big amount of clay drying all at the same time. And, how I had mentioned that you really want to use something in your mix, like either a lemon juice or um, vinegar to prevent your stuff from getting mold on it. I had this one flower. I don't know if you can see it close up. If you can see, there is like a little green spot right there. And that's molded already this piece. And that's because this clay that I made on Friday, I did not have anything added to it. It was just pure, it didn't have any lemon juice. It didn't have any vinegar. It didn't have anything to prevent it from spoiling or from getting mold on it. So it molded pretty quickly. And of course, this piece was thicker, so it stayed wet longer. This has been my thickest piece so far. And I things happened to this one so far. If you see, it broke right here. And then it also broke over here. And for the sections that did break, of course I'm going, oh no, my flower broke. I'd spent a lot of time on this flower, even just trying to, put the concept of her together and everything. I mended her. I painted her dark where the cracks are so that they stand out. And she's just my little piece of art. If you see up here, she's already starting to, she must have fallen or something. So the next opportunity I have my paints out and stuff, I'll go on ahead and see what I can do to mend that up. If you want to see that up close, let's see if it'll focus. And you see, that's just a little bit of paint needed, and you can see the clay underneath it. Maybe not. I swear it's right there. There? All right. So, and here is a little tiny one that I was starting. I was thinking of, kind of trying to build her out a little differently. I was going to make her in layers. I got as far as 2 petals. She's my rosebud. This is flower, and this is rosebud. All right. So, and that's just where she ended up. I didn't put a date on her, but she's also 2021. So if I have a marker, I'll do that later. So those are my 2 roses, and I'll leave them inside. And we'll go on ahead and I'll get started trying to mix up and see if I can at least handle the flour that I had started mixing up yesterday. Now, I did leave this in the refrigerator overnight so it didn't get moldy as quick as the other one did. So hopefully that'll prevent it. I still have, time to put it in molds. Thinking probably this thickness, and I'm not sure if I want to pull them out early or if I want to leave them and let them dry in the mold by themselves. That'll take a lot longer because the bottoms are where the design are, and that's what's going to get pressed, and that's what's not going to have any airflow. So this part will definitely dry a lot faster, and this will probably take about a whole week to dry. So that's my plan for this dough. So I'm going ahead and just throw on some lo-fi music and just get this mixed up right now. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. Let's go on ahead. It looks like we're able to grab this out and see. At least it won't be sticking to our fingers or my fingers the way it was the other day. If you saw, it was leaving, it was sticking to my fingers. So clay is messy. You're going to have little bits and pieces of clay that are just going to be falling off all over the place. I do not recommend that you put this on this type of a surface because it's not a porous surface, but it is not flat. Flat surfaces are the best. Much easier to mix on, much easier to clean, much easier in many ways. So, all right. And so how do you mix your dough up? You just basically folding it on itself. And find ingredients for making dough at home online anytime. You just need to remember to put something in there. If you're going to be making thick pieces, I'd say about like this thick, just to prevent it from getting mold or anything. So as you can see, my hands are not at all like they were on Friday. Yesterday, I didn't even reach. No, I did reach into the bag. They're not at all like they were yesterday either. I did want to press this down and show you this pattern it makes. It's like a very cool waffle pattern. You see that pattern? So I could definitely leave this alone. I could probably, press this like, thin enough to make it like a waffle. And then I could, probably make it look like a waffle, make like a little ice cream, put it in there, let it dry. There's possibilities with clay. I just have doing my flowers. I'm going to be making more leaves. I'm going to be making more to put them all on the base of my, I'm going to put them like that, or if I want to put them, a little bit, differently type of like isn't that the best leaf ever? Well, that's my best leaf ever. And, something like this, maybe, another little flower like this, maybe even, I don't know if I want them sticking out, if I want them to try to kind of like stay, contained so that they don't like accidentally like get brushed up against and fall off or something. I'm thinking this is really been calling to me ever since it's been like a leaf, a flower. So that was it for today for time together with Upcychelly. Um, Again, if you are on YouTube, please hit subscribe. If you are on LinkedIn or Facebook, please hit follow. And basically, what we're doing is showing you how to make projects at home. When you get a chance, if you can, please leave a comment, like, maybe what projects would you like to see? What projects have been your favorite so far? We have a total of, so far would be 7 new videos in the last 2 weeks that you can look through. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much and hanging out with us and watching Upcycling. Have a wonderful day.